Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of Thai Talk with Dan. Now, we shared a story a few days ago. It was a very epic story about a 24-year-old man who got with an 18-year-old bar girl from Soy 8 in Pattaya. She fell pregnant. He decided to step up to the plate, take on his responsibilities, took her to Northern Ireland. She got pregnant again. 2 kids arrived, and then the unexpected happened, and she got pregnant for a third time to a guy that lived 3 doors down from where this guy lived, with his wife, with 2 kids. What a very, very, very crazy story. And I read through the comments, guys, to see what people said. Some people were quite harsh with the guy, but you have to take into account he was only 24 and also she was only 18. So yeah, a lot of varying comments, but I just want to say thank you again to the subscriber. He emailed me again to say thanks for sharing his story and that it was 100% true. You get some people that think, no, this can't be real, it's too crazy, it's too bizarre. If you think that, you have no experience here with Thai women in Thailand. It's absolutely bonkers. Hence why I have a YouTube channel just sharing stories about what happens when foreigners get involved and get into a relationship with one of these Thai women. So, we've got a story. This guy is in need of some advice because he can't get his head around what happened with this Thai girl. He doesn't know what went wrong. Now, I feel I 100% know, but I'll get to that at the end. And it'd be good if you can share your own insights, if you have any, and just put your comments down below. So, without further ado, let's jump in to today's Thailand story. Hi Dan, I hope you're doing a little better now. It's great to see some new videos. A few weeks ago, you asked listeners to email you if they had a nice story to tell about a relationship they're in with a Thai lady. I was prepared to send you one until things went sideways recently.
Oh, boo-hoo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin. This is serious.
Unfortunately, that's how the cookie crumbles here in Thailand. I'm writing this to hopefully feel a little better, help your listeners and get some feedback. Please keep me anonymous. Just a little about me to put things into perspective. 56 years old, never married, no kids, no debt, semi-retired. I hate saying this because it just sounds so pretentious, but it is relative in Thailand, as you know. I'm financially well off. I own a really nice condo with panoramic ocean views. I mention this only because Thai women who've been invited over always ask how much I paid. I'm low-key, not flashy, never talk about money or material possessions. I'd rather get to know someone and share common interests. I like investing in things and people that have a huge return on investment and are not depreciating assets. I've had plenty of girlfriends for the past 42 years, some serious and some for fun. I believe in balanced relationships where 2 people are bringing something of equal value to the table other than just sex and money. I've never had any of my long-term ex-girlfriends place any unreasonable financial demands on me, and in general, I feel like they were very fair about things. All the women I've dated were extroverts, very pretty and usually exciting to be around. These relationships ended because most just ran their course, and I never considered marriage because it wasn't worth risking my financial health in the USA. I'm into health and fitness and train at the gym 6 days a week and have a healthy diet. I feel that it's important to take care of myself for mental and physical well-being, and I seek women who are the same. On to the story. I've been living in Pattaya for 3 years now and agree with everything you've said about the women here. I don't care to associate with narcissists. The one-sidedness isn't worth anyone's time. I came to the conclusion about a year ago that trying to date women that live in this town isn't worth the frustration, and if you're looking for a high-quality woman, you have to find her outside a tourist area. After 6 months ago, I reluctantly decided to meet a woman for coffee. She suggested that we go to a place in Pratamnak, close to Cozy Beach. I'd been to this area before and was happy to meet her there. However, I really didn't feel like going because of a number of bad dating experiences I had recently with women that had been blatantly obvious about their desire for money. I did have some hope that the woman I was about to meet wasn't like this, and I liked what she said in her online dating profile and the fact that she didn't live in Pattaya. A little about her: 41 years old, 16-year-old son, was married and got divorced because her husband beat her and was an alcoholic. She doesn't drink alcohol. The divorce was 5 years ago. Her brother is a surgeon. Her father used to work for the government in Isan and unfortunately had a stroke around 4 years ago. Her last full-time job was also working for the government in Isan. Since her father's stroke, she and her family decided that she would be the primary caregiver for her father and son and work in her brother's medical clinic part-time. Her income is 18,000 baht a month, and she has a new car, gas, gym membership, 3 personal training sessions a week, and housing included in addition to her income.
Nice.
She has a great fit body, hard as a rock, and a pretty face, but she's very unassuming. She told me consistently how kind I was to her and how much she appreciated me. She was very attentive all the time, never looked at her phone, paid attention while watching the news or movies, and we had great conversations about our relationship. She was so different from any other woman I've ever dated. She was kind and put everyone else's needs before her own. She's very introverted and quiet. We have similar interests. She's also into fitness, current events, and going to different places for new and exciting experiences. It felt great taking her to places that she said she's never been to. We never argued and always had fun together. Not one argument, not one, in 6 months. I've never had this happen before. I always treated her well with a lot of respect and understanding, but she knew I had boundaries and respected them. At the beginning of the relationship, we discussed money, sex, family, and shared values. I never discussed my personal finances with her and told her that I would not pay her a salary. Good man. However, I was considering placing her on all my financial accounts as the sole beneficiary at the time of my death. The balances would have never been disclosed, and I was going to do this after being with her for 1 year and also after doing a PI background check. We watched many of your videos and she was always interested in the content and couldn't believe the crazy stories. We went to Tree Town on Soy Bor Cow one time and she hated it. I thought this was a good sign. In the last 6 months, we went to Koh Samet, Ao Nang, Krabi, and Kata Beach, Phuket. We always stayed at nice hotels and went to nice restaurants, and she was always happy and grateful. She was the lowest maintenance woman I've ever known and only asked me for one thing: if we could have dinner on the beach in Qatar, and of course, we did. All of the trips we experienced were my idea because I derived great pleasure from watching her enjoy herself swimming, snorkeling, learning new things, etc. She invited me on a family vacation, but I declined because I didn't think it was appropriate for me to go because I hadn't met her son yet and thought it may cause some friction. When I told her that, she laughed and said her son said the same thing. I eventually met her son a short time later and had a great connection with him. When we weren't travelling, we usually watched Netflix and ate dinner together. She always has to get up early in the morning to take care of her father, plus she doesn't drink and feels uncomfortable in bars. There was a health concern recently as she couldn't see the doctor because of an insurance problem, and I insisted she see a doctor and not to worry about money because we would work it out. She never asked me for money, not 1 baht. Possible red flags. She did say that her family would expect a dowry if we got married, and if I didn't pay, they wouldn't accept me.
Time to go.
Cast off those lines!
The amount was never discussed. On our 3 trips, 95% of the photos taken were of her and less than 5% were of us. This bothered me, but she never acted self-absorbed, and when I thought she was acting that way was just a little bit, she just giggled like we were in on the joke together. She had a breast augmentation that she said her brother did for her. She also has braces. For some reason, I have a hard time believing her brother would suggest this and perform the surgery. She's the best Thai kisser I've ever experienced, yet she only admits being married and having one Falang boyfriend. Plus, I have no complaints about the jiggy. The other thing that sticks out is I asked if she wanted to be in a long-term relationship, and she said she couldn't tell me yet because she was committed to taking care of her father. In Krabi, she said, I think we not see each other. I was shocked. She showed me an ultrasound image and said it was a cyst and she could not have sex for a few months and didn't want to burden me. I told her this wasn't a problem and I would be there for her during the process. Everything turned out fine. We didn't video chat for the 6 months we were together and I only called her using her phone number once. When I called, something seemed off. I don't like video chats or phone calls, but I know most women do, and the reason why I'm listing it here. She never mentioned any friends. The only people she ever mentioned were her 2 brothers, son and father. This also seems odd. So, last week I had a really strange feeling that something wasn't right. I don't know if this comes from a lot of experience with women or not, but I knew something was off. We didn't have any arguments and weekend before was good. On Wednesday, she said she felt 50%. We decided this may be due to her menstrual cycle. I followed up with her for the next few days until I saw her again on Saturday and she was getting better each day. She always comes over with her backpack prepared to spend the night. This time, she didn't have it. I asked her where it was and she somewhat abruptly said she didn't need it. After dinner, she said, "I go home now." This was all very strange behaviour and completely inconsistent with the last 6 months. I asked why, and she said that she had work to do in the morning. I walked her to the front door and said good night. The next day, I saw her in the gym, and she acted like she didn't even know me. A few hours later, I heard a little bit of noise at my door. I didn't think that much of it until a few minutes later, I saw that she slid the key card I had given her under my door. I sent her a text and asked why. To summarise, she accused me of cheating on her because she saw a cute Kleenex in my toilet and said that I've never done that before. I never cheated on her, treated her really well, and cared for her immensely. To say the least, this came out of left field, and I'm blown away and quite angry about it because it's so disrespectful considering the quality time that we spent together. The cheating accusation just seems like an excuse to save face. If she chose to do this because I wasn't paying her a salary, it was a huge short-sighted miscalculation because she forfeited a quite nice and financially secure life together. I'd love to hear if anyone else has experienced anything like this. I think you'll say she's done this before and is playing the long game. I've been around a lot of manipulative women, and if this is the case, I didn't see it coming and I was looking for it the entire time. I've only come up with these scenarios. She's a sociopath. Her actions were positive and repetitive, and this led me to believe she really cared about me and wanted us to stay together. I never had a woman do what she did when you consider the fact that there were no arguments and everything was going along really smoothly for 6 months. She was playing the long game. I would usually agree, but I let her know from the beginning that I would not pay a monthly salary. Also, I was very generous with everything else, especially the nice trips every 2 months. In other words, I didn't pay her a salary, but was always kind and took good care of her. Maybe she finally told her father she was dating a Falang and he forbade it. I'm pretty sure the brothers knew. She found maybe someone else. This seems unlikely because she spent all her free time with me, and I wouldn't think she would want to make a change so abruptly without having something better lined up, and this takes time. This pretty much sums things up. Thailand is such a crazy place. Thank you. Right, guys, what do you think happened? What do you think went wrong? And if you do have any experience of a similar situation yourself, then please share it down in the comments, because I think this guy needs a little bit of closure to help get over this woman and move on with his life. Right, guys, I'm going to say this once and one time only. When you're in love, you are blinded, no matter how smart or experienced you think that you are. When you're lustful over a woman or you're properly in love with a woman, you make a million excuses up in your mind to only see the nice side of that woman. And it's a problem, and it's a problem that most guys have. So please take that into account when you're judging people that send the emails in. Cheers. Right, now my best guess would be that she'd been with you for quite a while and she had nothing to show for it. Yeah, you took her to nice places, you took her on holidays, you took her on trips, but that isn't doing anything for this woman's future. You stated that she is the sole provider for her family, So she needs, unfortunately, 18,000 is probably not cutting it. Yeah, she's got gym membership, she's got her own car and stuff. She needs to help her father, her brothers, all that kind of caper. And 18,000 can quickly get rinsed from her bag. Can quickly get rinsed. So ideally, she needs a man that is going to give her a salary, that is going to marry her and pay a dowry so she can give the money to her family and not have to keep taking care of them. It would have been nice if she was a bit more open and honest with you about the problems rather than trying to go down the jealousy route in order to like break it off about another woman. But for me, I would say the best guess is that she just wasn't obtaining anything out of the relationship. Yeah, you wasn't giving her a future. You wasn't going to give her an easy life. You were just giving her a good time. And that's not what a lot of women here are looking for. They want to establish a proper relationship, proper marriage. And a lot of them, yeah, they do want you to financially help them, especially when that person is the person who is taking care of her family. Now, if you agree with what I've stated, please let everybody know down below in the comments. Or if you've got your own take on things and you think that she's moved on to another man or whatever the case may be, then please put it down in the comments as well below. Now guys, before I go, I just want to state that I don't want to share just negative stories on this channel, but unfortunately, that is what I receive over here because there are not a lot of fairy tale relationships here. It's very similar when you listen to the stories that get told on this channel from subscribers that have emailed in sharing their own experiences. They are all kind of similar and they do mostly end up disastrous. Unfortunately, the mindset here with a lot of the women that are interested in foreigners is very different. Now guys, sometimes people don't understand properly what I say, yeah, and I don't say that all Thai women are bad. What I say, guys, is that most, yeah, or a lot, let's say a lot, yeah, let's try to be as clear as possible. A lot of the Thai women that are interested in foreigners, which is quite a small group when you compare it to the whole of Thailand. A small group of women that are interested in foreigners are normally interested for monetary reasons. Yeah, they either want to make some quick money or they want to be with a rich guy that's going to make their life better, easier, and give them all the things that they've been dreaming about and envious about with other people. They want to have that Gucci bag. They want to be dripped in gold. They want to be eating the best food at the best restaurants and traveling the world. That is the dream of a lot of these Thai women. So you have to kind of expect that when you get involved with one of these women here, yeah, she's super beautiful, she's super young, or she's both, or whatever the case may be, it will cost you and it will be monetary love, and you just need to kind of accept that if you want to go down that road with them. However, there are some genuine Thai girls that are interested in foreigners that are just genuinely looking for love and not what they can get out of you. And yeah, you do have to make it very clear from the outset that you're not going to be a monthly sponsor. You know the score here. You know, you're not going to be building houses and stuff in the next 6 months, 1 or 2 years, and all that kind of stuff. You're not going to do it. You want to take things slow, and you want to see if the relationship is built to last and going to be a forever thing, so to speak, you know. And if you're quite clear from that, from the outset, then you do have a better chance. Now, this guy was clear, and he did state he wasn't going to give her a monthly salary. But the way she would have looked at it is that, yeah, this guy's smart, he understands the score, but obviously if he falls in love with me, and we get married and stuff, he's going to pay a dowry, and then he has to support me. I can be the wife at home cooking and the cleaning and all that kind of stuff, but you're going to have to pay me a salary. I still need to buy my womanly stuff and be able to do and go to places on my own. So it's always gonna cost. Right, guys, if you've got your own true to life Thailand story, good, bad, or whatever the case may be, then please send your email into thaitalkwithdan@gmail.com. Thanks for watching, guys. Take it easy, stay safe, and ciao for now. Bye bye.